After 3 days, testimony in the Eric Williams trial ended without the defense putting anyone on the stand. Williams is accused of killing Kaufman County DA Mike McClelland and his wife Cynthia, as well as top prosecutor Mark Hasse. But he's only being tried right now for Cynthia's murder. Closing arguments start tomorrow in Rockwall. Fox 4's Calvert Collins is there tonight. And Calvert, I'm curious, were people surprised by the defense team's decision not to present a case?
I think a lot of people in the courtroom were. The defense never cross-examined any of the state's witnesses, and many watching thought that Eric Williams, the former justice of the peace police officer, would testify in his own defense, but that too did not happen. The defense never presented an opening statement, so it's unclear tomorrow if they will give a closing argument.
It's been quiet on the right side of the courtroom. Eric Williams and his attorneys have only asked an occasional question, but jurors did hear the defendant's voice on one piece of evidence, an interview given to a local reporter recorded on an iPad.
My deepest condolences go out to the McClelland family and all the people at the courthouse, most of which I know. I've cooperated with law enforcement. I certainly wish them the best in bringing justice for this just incredibly egregious act.
An act known as capital murder, for which Williams could get the death penalty if convicted. After the state rested its case, the defense followed suit without calling a single witness or Williams. Dallas County Judge-elect Brandon Birmingham, who is observing this trial, thinks he knows the crux of the defense's argument.
I would imagine that they're going to argue tomorrow that there's not been enough evidence to actually link the man in court with the killing itself.
The prosecution has presented substantial circumstantial evidence, from matching fingerprints to searches for Mike and Cynthia McClelland on Williams' computer. A computer forensic expert testified to finding a Craigslist ad selling a Crown Victoria after the murders and discovering an anonymous Crime Stoppers tip. That Crown Vic was seen on this surveillance footage from a Chicken Express leaving the Seagoville storage unit Williams rented. State Trooper Steve Tibbett also described the flip model cell phone recovered from Lake Tawakoni, believed to belong to Williams.
It was brought up in what was believed to be a bag with the other items, and the cell phone was in there as well.
One person who hasn't taken the stand is Williams' co-defendant and estranged wife, Kim. I'm told she will testify, but likely during sentencing.
If the state calls her, you would think it would be because they needed her to prove something. If the defense calls her, then you would imagine they would call her because she helps them in some way.
Well, closing arguments begin at 8:30. Once they are done, then the judge will give the jury all the deliberation instructions, and then they will be handed the case. Depending on how long it takes, we could have a verdict tomorrow, maybe Friday, but it's likely sentencing will begin after that. Steve and Heather.
All right, so Calvert, Mark Hasse, he has not been brought up. If acquitted of McClelland's murder, would Williams then be tried for that murder?
Well, most likely. That's what I was talking to the judge-elect about, kind of who's analyzing this case. Remember, Mark Hasse was the prosecutor who worked under District Attorney Mike McClelland in Kaufman County. Those two helped convict then Justice of the Peace Eric Williams of stealing county computers. That conviction came down in April of 2012. So the prosecution has really hammered that being the motive, that kind of revenge being the motive. But again, haven't put any witnesses on the stand who have said specifically, yes, I saw Eric Williams pull the trigger killing these individuals. So that's why the circumstantial evidence is really key in the state's case.
Gotcha. All right, Calvert Collins live in Rockwall tonight. Thank you.